Get in, nerds. We are playing Victoria 3. We have a little bit to do, but first, let's get... There we go. We got a little bit to do here. We're fighting a war in Dynam, but I do want to mess with some production methods. I did build a bunch of coal mines, so that's made coal cheaper. Not cheap, but cheaper. So let's go ahead and grab our iron mines and shift them over to using the steam donkey. They're mostly more productive. Also, I noticed looking at our market that our luxury furniture is actually extremely expensive. So let's go ahead and produce more of it, which we certainly can. So we'll swap that over. What does that turn? Yeah, much better. Much better. Now we're overproducing, which is fine. How's luxury clothes? Luxury clothes are... Actually, I have a lot of luxury clothes demand in the market, which is rock solid. Can we export luxury furniture? Yes, a little. So some of the Americans. Actually, I think we need to increase our number of convoys, but we don't need to necessarily build up convoy supplies really soon because Great Britain colonized Katanga, wonderful. Because we got a power block thing that is going to help with that. Hell on Earth. Workers at the rubber plantations in Iberian Guyana are being severely mistreated. Malnutrition has become a common punishment for perceived failures. I'm going to read this event one time and then skip it every subsequent time because we're going to have it subsequent times. They went on to declare, when asked why they had fled, that they had endured such ill treatment at the hands of the government officials and the government soldiers in their own country that life had become intolerable, that nothing had remained for them but to be killed for failure to bring in a certain amount of rubber, or to die from starvation or exposure, in their attempt to satisfy the demands made upon them. Our options are: we cannot slow down production, increases mortality by a lot of laborers working on plantations, or launch an inquiry into the conditions of the plantations, reduces throughput. I'm going to do the second one. I don't want to increase mortality. That's just the sensible way to do things. Yeah. Alright, so Tonkin Uprising is going just fine. Very good. How's the market looking? Actually, I have a significant art market. We've got a significant engines market. Actually, I'm working on getting machine gun going. Let me see. Electric railways is our one that lets us do electric motor industries. And I think that's probably where we should go next once we've knocked out defense in depth. Just seems like the right call. Alright. Hey, Dinah. How are you doing? You're almost ready to be our subject of a different kind, which would be nice. I've got a lot of bureaucracy actually kicking around. I don't know what changed with that. Oh, maybe it's no, the petite bourgeoisie have been very happy. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with that, but yeah, I'm going to reduce the size of the government sector. I can definitely afford it. If I can find it. Yeah, we'll just drop these ones in Castile and Navarra. Yeah, 150 is a good target. Don't want to invest in Neged. I want to keep my money in Iberia. We're keeping Iberian money in Iberia. That's the thing we're working on. Finally dealing with some of these transport shortages. Let's take a look at Western Andalusia with that power situation. Are you guys just not hiring? You're not hiring. I don't want to be subsidizing power plants, but I'm going to do it. The grand plan pays off. Oscar Villela, methodical leader of the Catholic Church, has been studiously working behind the scenes for some time now, and at last all his work has paid off for the Catholic Church and Iberia. The man is so pleased with his acts that he looks like he's about to burst into flames of contained emotion. How charming. Professionally speaking, though, not the most clever move. Yes, just as planned. The Catholic Church shall reap the rewards, 30% momentum, or Iberia shall reap the rewards, increased gold reserve limit, reduced loan interest rate. I'm definitely going to go with the second one, because I'm running a deficit right now. Or, well, not a deficit. I'm running a surplus, but I've got a national debt. Britain's taking Burma as a protectorate. That's nothing I can do about that. And we are once again in an election cycle. Patriotic Union looks like it's going to get 51% of the votes. Catholic Party looks like it's going to lose a bunch. Not sure exactly how that's going to happen. It might be that our momentum kind of just normalized a little bit, but not going to complain. That is, we're where we want to be with it, and I'm feeling pretty good. I'm very pleased about this credit number being below 10 million for the first time in a long time. Let me see, we're pretty much maxed out relations with Mexico. Let's absolve our obligation. There we go, very nice. So what kind of leverage have we got? You know what? Let's try to get Mexico into the power block. Beautiful. I'm not necessarily going to be doing economic imperialism. We've got China supporting. Do I do this? I think I do this. Little by little. Mexico was once a holding of Spain, and it could be a holding of Iberia in the future. This is rubber barons, local authorities, and elements of the Catholic Church are divided on the best direction to shape the Amazonian peoples of Iberian Guyana. Every argument, however, is rooted in self-interest. Both her husband and her son's hands were struck red. Priests and nuns had brought canes upon the boy for dancing in the halls and for reciting the old stories. The patrons and forcers believed the man had adulterated the rubber he tapped. If the men of the lash should not work them to death, she thought, the men of the single god would drive their souls to death. I'm going to say we'll make Iberians of them yet. That just seems sensible. So, looks like we're going to be getting a lot of leverage over them as time goes by. And we might be able to pull them into the power block, and that would be nice. Then we'd be able to get them into our market. That would be cool. Defensive pact? Not at this time. We'll see if I can get them into the power block without it. Does the country need railways? Does Mexico need railways? Doesn't seem like it, actually. Seems like their infrastructure situation is pretty alright. Not Zacatecas. And there's our new mandate. Chihuahua could use a little bit of rail. And Sinaloa as well. And we'll put some in Sonora just for good measure. Go ahead and throw those at the top. Ooh, construction efficiency here is brutal. Never mind. Whistle Stop Tour. Manuel Rojo intends to travel across Iberian South Cameroon by train to campaign for the Patriotic Union. All I intend to do is present myself to the people. I'm just a simple man trying to get our party's message out by the best means available. Campaigning by rail is a smart move. 10% momentum to the Patriotic Union, reduced railways throughput in South Cameroon, or the fate of the nation depends on that train running in time. Increased railway throughput, 20% momentum. I'm going to go with the second one, Shazam. And that's going to make the Patriotic Union even stronger. And that'll be nice. We'll see if we can form a a single-party government. It looks like most of the government is being kind of most of the votes they're pulling out of the Catholic Party. So I don't know how much that's going to actually help our prospects, but it seems sensible. So I got my mandate. So we'll go ahead and go to transport infrastructure number 2. That's going to get us extra convoys. There we go. Excellent. It's going to give us a lot of room to grow trade. And is trade continuing to grow? Yes, it is. Alright, so I'm going to keep an eye on bureaucracy here. Yep, very good. This should be leading to GDP spiking. And there's the election result. Which is a little bit... Yeah, look at that! Oh my goodness, we're using so much. And trade is continuing to grow. Gosh! And this is from trade routes, right? Let me see. 43, yeah, 45. Yep, those are going up. Wow. Alright, so now we've kind of leveled out. So that's exciting. That's exciting, friends. And we're using only a very small amount of our bureaucracy on trade routes, so I don't need to necessarily worry about that too much. Let's take a quick look at the market. Yeah, motor industries, they're hard. I need to... Let's... I don't want to build up too much of that, though. That's something for the private sector to build. I want to be building my freaking power block statues. I know the huge concentration of power block statues is a little silly, but it's just sensible. They're big old bonuses. So I can do a quick government reform here. I can't get more legitimate than I currently am, so we'll stay where we are. We're gonna stay where we are. These two authoritarian leaders, I don't love them because my guaranteed liberties and my right of assembly are at risk right now. But I'm hoping they don't get too weird about that stuff. Could do poor laws. Everyone would be delighted with poor laws. Not necessarily, though. Don't want investment rights into Oman right now. Ooh, if I do regulatory bodies... Actually, I'm going to do regulatory bodies. That's sensible. Because that's going to reduce mortality. And that is going to be really important for continuing to grow the population, which is necessary for a country that is not really relying on immigration as much. So I'm going to need actually quite a bit of bureaucracy to sustain that. But long run, I think it's worth it. Let me see, where are we? We're going for telephone. I have so many needs. What if we skip radio? Skip defense in depth for the time being. And we'll put these other techs further back. For society, we'll finish out the tier 2s, which means camera, feminism, investment banks, and then we'll grab central planning. And then once we've got the telephone, that'll be fine. And then I think we can circle back to defense in depth and wargaming? Was that the other thing? Not sure. Republican coup in Brazil. Gosh. Delphine Dutra. Interesting. Pedro finally couldn't hack it anymore. Tragedy, really. All right. So what else do we want to do? What else do we want to get up to? Oh, I want to get Dynam reduced in autonomy. That's what I want. Cambodia, can I do the same with you? Doesn't look like it. Alright, beautiful. Dynam will go ahead and reduce subject payments. Wow. We're getting a good healthy amount of cash from Dynam. Yeah, look at that. So even with reduced payments, that's about 6.5K, which is pretty respectable. Now, Mexico. At this point, leverage should be continuing to increase. And indeed it is a little. Alright, let's do that investment. Let's do that defensive pact. Greece is improving relations. Wonderful. Defensive pact accepted. And we'll just go ahead and build up gold mines wherever you've got gold capacity. Because gold mines are always the right call. In my opinion, cannot have too much gold. Hey, we're in drafting. Excellent. And these build reasonably fast. There's the bolt-action rifle. That's wonderful. Uh-oh. Okay. Whew. Scared. We'll go ahead and swap our arms industries over to producing those. I know. You're pretending to be unproductive, but you're not unproductive. You're just pretending. Interior Defense Force needs a leader. Let me see. Let's get this woodland combat expert, tactful gentleman here. And, ooh, we've actually got a pretty good intelligentsia guy. So we'll throw him in the Iberian Expeditionary Force. And then let's take a backup guy. Compliant, not a problem when you're a general. We'll throw him in there. Everyone else has got at least 2, right? Not the Coastal Defense Force. Coastal Defense Force, ooh, we got a rural folk guy. He's an aesthete and a master bureaucrat. Absolutely. Wonderful, just wonderful. So that should put those railways in Mexico after this, so we can start getting those built properly. And that should increase our leverage as well, which is continuing to increase. Hopefully we can bring them into the market before too long. What does their market need? They need ammo, luxuries, steel, and engines. I can't provide engines, but I can provide all the others. Ammunition. Ooh, a lot of people need ammunition, actually. Luxury clothes. A lot of countries that can export a small number of luxury clothes, too. That's pretty rad. Wow, look at those. Look at those profit ratios. Luxury furniture. A few other places as well. Okay, I'm adding too many, I'm adding too many trade routes. I need to increase my bureaucracy. The bureaucracy is expanding to meet the needs of the expanding bureaucracy. And then I need to sell steel. Paper. Wow, I had no idea I had so much export capacity here, just sort of sitting out, not being used. Okay, so we'll get some more government admin built to accommodate all the new trade that we're doing, and let's go with an increase in port facilities as well. Do 6 levels here in Valencia. We'll do 6 levels in Catalonia, and we'll do 6 levels in Asturias. And 6 levels in Navarra. Hopefully this won't be too much of a mistake. They're just going in the queue right now, so maybe I'll do a few at a time as we get our convoys built up. Alright, so actually, bureaucratic capacity is good. Concrete dockyards, beautiful. That's max port level, so that's useful. Getting a little bit more bureaucracy here, so we'll grab a few at a time. Then we'll move them to the top of the queue. Well, actually, we'll get that other stuff done first. Okay, some of these are breaking right away here. All right, including this one. Oh boy, Vicky 3, you're running real slow here. See, as you can see, the expansion of the government sectors has provided me with a lot of bureaucracy, but is also increasing my costs significantly. We'll go ahead and throw the top 2 gold mines at the top of the queue as well, just to get those finished out. Again, this is going to make things better for Mexico. We are at positive leverage. Hopefully we'll continue to be at positive leverage. It's going up, it's going up, it's going up at a nice respectable clip. And there's regulatory bodies. Alright, so even so, that's a useful thing to have, because reducing the danger of working conditions is of critical importance for our long-term survival as our literal survival as a people. Get the rest of those gold mines finished out. Then we'll be building up Mexico a little bit more, and then after that it'll be power block statues. Power block statues are important. Meanwhile, these European powers out here are shooting at each other and shooting at other people, and I'm just chilling, building up my my trade capacity, because I realized I needed to export, and I needed to export bad. Okay, some of these immediately got terrible. So we'll cut them. We'll cut them. We'll cut anything that's not productive. Shabamzo. 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 Alright, I don't need to keep saying this weird nonsense word that I picked up from somewhere. So this is what life is like in your 30s. You pick up these nonsense words and you're like, where did this come from? And the answer is you don't know. Nobody knows. Don't need that meat export route, it turns out. I want to keep that paper one. In fact, paper we can safely, yep, it's already on export focus. Excellent. Try to get with the two Sicilies? Sure. I'd be delighted to. Cool. Yep, there we go. Convoy is going down once again. So we'll continue to build up convoy capacity. Because it seems like we're continuing to use it. A war? Why would there be a war? I'm doing convoy stuff. Dominican uprising in Cuba. Alright, we will go ahead and send the Iberian Expeditionary Force to deal with it once again. I know I'm starting to sound like a broken record on this, but, you know, it's just the most sensible thing to do. How is the investment pool? Investment pool is still small, so we are using all of our construction capacity, but we're not doing any more than we need to be doing. Okay, these are looking good. The dieback's down. Cool. Don't need to worry about that. That's a funny animal. Wonder why that happened. Is that all the government admin I just built up? Is that why? Am I really so low on government admin? I think the answer is yes. This is tough. Obviously, I do need to keep healthcare. My loyalist numbers are so high, I could probably cut back on home affairs at least a little bit. Yeah, I mean, you know, the rural folk don't necessarily want giant home affairs to begin with. The Prussians are intervening in Bhutan. I don't know how, but they're planning on it. Russia colonized Sakhalin. No, thank you, Prussia. I don't necessarily want to defend you. Alright, what else can I trade? Oh boy, game's running real slow. This isn't your computer, this is my computer. Alright, this steel trade route and this sugar trade route are totally burgers and fries. Right. I got the game running a little fast, so I think that's partially why. Alright. Iberian Expeditionary Force. Invade. Alright, so with those mines built, leverage is increasing. All leverage is increasing. It's continuing to go up. It's going up at a good clip now. Excellent. Excellent. Let's see. Could build some nice profitable industries here in Mexico. Nothing too extreme, of course. Faith knows no borders. The Catholic Church wishes to strengthen our ties to the French Republic through our shared faith. He stopped for a moment, wiping his brow, when he noticed the French farmhand of the adjacent field seemed to be knelt down in the furrow. Confused, he peered over, finally noticing the man was deep in prayer. He should have recognized it, but it had never crossed his mind what they might have in common. A few hard years and a faith that things would get better. Despite differences, we must cherish our shared values. Stronger and happier Catholic Church, improve relations with France. Or we're Iberian first, Catholic second, happier intelligentsia. I'm actually going to go with happier intelligentsia this time. I don't necessarily need to make the Catholic Church stronger. Philosophical pragmatism. Oh, that's excellent. That's excellent. That'll help with our bureaucracy. Let's throw a few of these buildings at the top of the queue. Nice block of 5. Just get those running. I'm gonna do the railways first, actually, because railways are more urgent than any other building, in my opinion. Because you need railways in order to be able to have the other buildings. And leverage is increasing. Leverage is increasing. Relations are good. Fantastic, in fact. And in one more turn, you pull them on in. They definitely will say yes. Confirm. Beautiful. So that should give us a little bit more mandate progress, and indeed it has. Excellent. Not much more, but it's, you know, it's a start. So how does that change our market? Doesn't look like anything's been impacted too deeply. We will continue to finish out building the rest of these businesses just to make sure that our influence stays strong there. And then we'll finally work on those power block statues. Right, there's the end of that little war. Where is the Iberian Expeditionary Force geographically? They are coming back to the homeland. We'll do the same with the Iberian Royal Armada. Austria sides with Sardinia and Piedmont, but over what? A radical revolt. Well, it is what it is. Austria, you got a curious flag. What are you doing with your government? You've formed a landed voting republic. Well, that's really interesting. What a curious situation. Austria, you sly dog, yeah. We actually finally developed solid relations with Australia. No, thank you. Mexico, I don't want an alliance with you. Not right now. Greece wants investment rights. See, now I'm starting to be doing the economic imperialism game. Greece, are you a subject of someone? You are. Decline. I don't wish it. I don't wish it, Greece. It is of no use to me. Alright, workplace safety has gone up to level 2. Very good. Right, those are almost done. We'll go ahead and throw the rest of these businesses in Mexico at the top of the queue, just to get them built ASAP. And that should be everything we need to do. So I think I'm going to take the episode through to the middle of the year. And then after that, I think I'll take a kind of look around and see where I can effectively do economic imperialism. My finances are very good, even while building, so I'm feeling pretty happy about that. Obviously, I built up a lot of bureaucracy. These increases in workplace safety should be increasing population growth. I'm hoping they do, by reducing mortality, and from there, I think we'll have a pretty solid base to work from. We should deal with these transportation shortage in Catalonia. What kind of a shortage? A transportation shortage. 4 levels of railways is what's needed over here. And then automatic machine guns. Beautiful. It's important. I'm going to swap over those production methods shortly. And then Alentejo and Castile have shortages of electricity. Castile, plants are running. How much more do we need? Oh. 1 level. And then Alentejo. Right. We'll subsidize. And we'll put those at the top of the queue as well. Alright. That is all the time we got for this episode, my nerds. I have had fun. I hope you all have had fun. And I will see you on the other side.